clear record button. Okay, here we go.
Gotcha. Yes.
So, yeah, this is Henry from the CBD Business Networking Group, and I'm here with Adelina Sanchez with Leafly Therapy. And we're going to discuss a lot of things today. And in addition to the CBD Business Networking Group, this is going to be posted on the cannabizdispatch.com. So, Adelina, go ahead and take the floor. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Yes. Well, first of all, of course, thank you for creating this platform for us. It is extremely important. Any type of exposure we can get to communicate with any of our customers and beyond is important. So thank you. Thank you. I am Adelina Sanchez. I am the founder and therapist of Leafly Therapy, and I offer mobile medical massage treatment plans that incorporate a CBD protocol that I created, which includes anything from body butters, salves, Epsom salts, facial cleansers. I really do customize the products and the massage to what you need.
Oh, that sounds great. So when did you start the business as well?
So it's a couple parts to it, I guess, to where I'm at now, but I've been massaging since I was about 7. I've been licensed for 15 years. I have owned a massage business for about 10 years, but I created Leafly Therapy. I'm going on about 4 years now.
Oh, wow, 4 years. Yeah. So what was it that led you from like being that regular massage therapist to now the CBD massage therapist?
Specialist, right? Yes, yeah. It was actually a client of mine. In these 15 years of being a licensed therapist and access, to clients' houses and stuff, I had experienced a couple of clients who would, like, do you mind if I smoke a joint before the massage? And it really never clicked. It was kind of just taboo. I'm in your house, you do what you want. But this one specific client about 5 years ago, Miss Cassidy, amazing lady. She was like, I have my own cream, I have my own table, I just need you to come and massage me. But that ended up turning it into, she's like, you don't know what CBD is? And she's like, I buy this product and I do this. But in this time that we're working with each other and I'm getting this little bit of information, I am really noticing the big difference. Like, she has extreme arthritis and she's pretty much bedridden. We got her to the point of walking from her bed to the massage table. And so in that process, it was just like, well, let me see if this would be better if this is stronger for you. Or what if we use full spectrum instead of an isolate? And that experimenting ended, creating Leafly Therapy.
Oh, wow. And what was it too that led you to start massage therapy as well? So it's interesting. Since 7 years old, you were into that. So
so that was definitely a natural thing, just from massaging my mother to in high school, being in sports. I was the one stretching all of my teammates and prepping us, getting us ready before games and stuff. So massaging has been naturally a part of me. But the most important part of that is I did have a baby sister who was born premature. And so she had a lot of physical difficulties from growth to, she had a G-tube, she had a shunt. She was pretty severe. And me massaging her, like, that was the connection we built. Like, that was our thing. And I love doing it. Like, I see the benefit of it is the most important part.
Oh, yeah, I got you. What was like, when you started your business as well, too, what was the toughest thing that you faced?
Oh, my goodness. I was not expecting the rejection. I really went naive into it because I wasn't in the cannabis industry. I really didn't. I had started consuming already by then, but I was getting it from down the black guy. And so when I decided to really get into it, that I'm like, oh, wow, there's people doing this and you can do this. And that's when I was like, oh, I have a business. Like, ain't nobody here. And at that time I was in Chicago. Because like, ain't nobody over here in Chicago doing what I'm doing. The rejection from like federally wise, of course, when I did look into like that, even just with my license and, my insurance company, the difficulty that I had in challenge and rejection with them, to, of course, advertising and exposure. Like I did not understand why I was getting blocked, why my, posts were getting knocked down, and why I was getting all these, rejection letters. And I'm like, but what? But I do have to say that the hardest part was communicating that with the clients. Like it was a big difficulty of getting them to understand you're not going to get high. That's not what I offer. I'm at a much better place now. I've figured out what my lane is and where to solidify myself. So that all of that helped though.
Oh yeah, I mean, every time, like, if it was easy, everybody would start a business.
Yeah.
Not true. Yeah, apart from it's so much more than just like providing massage therapy too. There's so much more.
I mean, yeah, I was going against like your massage envies. Like I was not even in their financial budget categories. And I actually thought that was a good thing about me, like I couldn't take in 100 clients a day anyways. But yeah, I was literally blocked, and that was not nice, but I figured it out.
No, of course. And with all this wisdom you've gained over the years, like if you were to have to start from scratch again, what would you do differently?
Oh man, it definitely wouldn't be from scratch. It would be from experience. I know that the biggest mistake I probably did make, and this was even probably before getting into the cannabis industry, I didn't realize what I had. And even in my 15 years, I didn't collect emails, I didn't collect phone numbers. I just stayed in contact with my clients, and it was like, I was just kind of going through life. So if I did start from scratch, it would definitely be to focus on building a tribe. Especially in this industry, it is kind of still underground-ish. And so I would really, really focus on that. I was just trying to get my name out, and I realized I wasn't explaining correctly what I was doing. So I definitely start from there.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too. Like there's always some brands that you don't think of as like being the big time, but then they have like the hardcore following of fans too. Like you're just thinking like in music, there's some bands that are not mainstream yet have a huge following.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, similar thing. And even too, like this year in 2021, like what would you say has been the toughest part? Especially, I know we're going from COVID to possibly that ending. So, like, based off that, what would you? Are there any challenging parts compared to other years? Same challenges?
I believe the challenges are always going to be the same, maybe different in some form. But as far as there being challenges and obstacles, like, there's always new laws that are coming in, or there's always going to be a new client that has some kind of resistance, or, so I'm really proud of myself to say that now, like, it's good stress that I have, like now I've created a whole new Instagram just for massages, and I handle that one so differently now, and I'm letting that one grow organically. And I'm it has a different landing page, and all of that good stuff that I already learned from the past. So right now, I do feel more at ease. I do believe COVID really helped me. It was a way that I was able to communicate with people more. They weren't in like off to work and worried about what, there were so many more people at home now that I believe they followed me and were able to maybe read a little bit by going back or following me from where I started. So aside from, again, having to be that tricky part of, okay, how are my posts going to be? They're posted, or I think it's the most challenging part, but again, it's the least challenging part in general. Because now I know how to reach out to people a little bit more, and my posting and stuff is more educational. I figured a better way to communicate with my people.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, I'm just curious too. Like, are there any other type of people, any other businesses in the area who do what you do as being the CBD massage therapist?
There is. That's also been the exciting part. That in this time of it being so underground, you kind of got to go through certain people to go to certain things, and you get to meet a lot of people that way. And I've built a good network with a few other massage therapists that are incorporating CBD in their products. Some of them are white labeling from other companies. And there's a couple where we're talking about seeing what we can create together. But I'm definitely seeing it out here a lot more, and it's exciting.
Oh yeah, it's good to know too, because it's something that's so niche.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to like see all these other companies and you, like, what's the reason they should go with you?
That's always such a cool question, because I'm not for everyone. And that's why I'm so excited to build this network of other therapists that have their niches in our niche, but have different niches. I'm the clients that I'm looking though to attract are those that are really focused on their wellness. My packages are not they're not cheap packages, but they're packages for those that understand that this is part of their regimen and that are consistently looking for this kind of treatment. So that's why I do focus on those that are like athletes, my prenatal women, and those that are more on the chronically ill side. So your arthritis, your MS. I of course am skilled in almost any type of massage, because that's just how I am. But I don't necessarily do your spa setting type of relaxing treatments. Those are amazing. Hot stone, all that good stuff is amazing, but I am more of a medical massage therapist.
So anybody who has any like health conditions or more
Yes.
your ideal client. Gotcha.
Yeah, those are definitely my ideal clients. Yes. Again, I treat everyone, but that's specifically what I do. Like, I'm trying to help, a post-op client recuperate, a week faster and stuff like that. So that's definitely my niche.
Cool. Oh, cool. I'm curious too. Like, have you done any studies too about the difference when somebody goes to you using the CBD products versus a massage therapist who doesn't use the CBD products?
Yeah, so I haven't been able, I guess, to try it that way when you like see if we compare them back and forth. Because to be honest, I haven't had a client that if we start with my CBD products, they don't want to use them anymore. That's what we use. What I have been able to track, or what's a big data collection for me, is like range of motions. I do try to collect what is your range of motion before our sessions, before, after. I'm taking blood pressure readings so we can determine how is your blood moving before and after the massage. So those are definitely things, and I am getting like noticeable differences. Again, I'm building this network, so the goal is, to have definitely a much stronger partnership with a medical professional, such as a physician or a chiropractor, so that way he can help me. He can help me decipher all of this data, but there is difference. There is a difference.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm curious too, like in the medical field, or in the past, like they were more like against cannabis, but have you seen like a tide turning right there? You've seen more physicians.
Yes. It is a huge tide turning. That's what really makes it extremely exciting. Clubhouse has been a catalyst for these networking abilities now. There's a doctor, Dr. Lakeisha, that I'm speaking with, and she's out in Jamaica. But she comes out here to Atlanta and LA a lot. I believe she has a clinic. And they're bringing in different type of data, different, information, research. There's definitely a good amount of practicing physicians that are building networks for patients in this. And that's definitely where I'm trying to, maneuver my way in, so I could be able to collect, insurance and work with, other medical patients. But yeah, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah, speaking
Yeah.
of Clubhouse too, has that been like your top way of getting new customers? Or what other ways you've been acquiring customers?
So it hasn't necessarily been to get customers, though I have gotten more inquiries for sure. There's been a few more purchases, especially on the product end. But where I targeted, or what I was trying to get out, or how to use Clubhouse, was to build these connections with these certain decision makers, like the Dr. Lakeishas, and I'm in like any kind of group that Be Real could be in, and his people. I'm positioning and just trying to introduce myself to these kind of people, the marijuana magazines, Cali been jumping on it on the Clubhouse, and they've been so great, like resourcefully wise, like, hey, here's my media kit if you need some help, or I work with this guy that does my product labeling here, or that. So it's definitely been strong networking connections.
So you've been in touch with Be Real from Cypress Hill?
So Be Real, we did talk because there was like a group thing, but It's actually been one of his other guys, Hazy. He's been the dopest. Like, he sent me over his social media kit and was like, if this helps, and I've sent him out products already. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to see if we could get one of the products on one of Be Real's podcasts or something.
Oh yeah, Dr. Green.
Sure.
That would be huge right there. Like
right.
He's like he's one of the godfathers of cannabis.
So I'm trying to get in there, because what I do too, I know I just got into this cannabis industry, but I know, like, I've been around it my whole life. Like, I'm supposed to be in this anyways. I always mention and like to bring up my baby sister, because she's the purpose of doing all of this. And when we grew up in Mexico, it was this old lady that we would take her to that would massage her with this green alcohol all the time. And I just knew my sister came out giggly, hungry, and I would be able to massage her much better. So if I can definitely rub shoulders with the OGs that understand that, I'm not really playing with this. Like, the recreational part is amazing, of course. But we could do some real stuff with this, some serious advancements.
I know, even like with the plant, they haven't even discovered all the chemicals in it yet. I think it's the most versatile plant to exist.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about, I just do the massages and skincare products right now. Like, I want to have a whole massage table line. I want to have a scrub line made out of hemp. Like, we can go, it's so exciting what we can do with this. It's crazy.
Even construction too. You can make building materials out of hemp. That's
absolutely
absurd. And
absolutely.
There's it's absurd with like how much you can do with one material.
Yep. And we're just like, real, like, oh, okay, maybe we should play with this now.
I mean, politics aside, they should have been doing this a long time ago.
I'm just happy we're doing it now.
Oh, of course.
That I'm a part of it, that I could see at least the change. You know, Clubhouse again, I've heard a lot of OGs that get out there, like old school cultivators, like for like that have been doing this. And I don't want to say that they sound exhausted, but I could see the exhaustion and deflation and having to do it these many years. And then now, so, you know, I feel like a sense of responsibility that I can make sure that I'm pushing this out as much as I can, and you know, doing it as positively as I can.
No, I mean, it's like contributing fact, like you're contributing to society by being in the cannabis space. You're getting people healthier. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's what makes it even better. Like I it's never ever work. And you know, we grew up kind of hearing that, those kind of phrases and all that catchy stuff, but it's so true. It really is. Like, I could see why cultivators talk to their plants and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean too. Like today, New York officially legalized for recreation too. So like, there are going to be more states following. It's now
yes,
always interesting to see which states will be next.
yeah. I'm excited to be here in Texas, and that it's in the phase that it is as well too. That's gonna, I mean, strategically, I planned that that'll help me, you know, build the pillars that I need. Because it's a little different down here, but it's so much more accepted. Like, don't let Texas and its conservativeness fool you.
Texas is a huge state too, so you have pockets where it feel like you're more in like a big northeast city too. So
Yes.
like Austin, Texas, like they're saying, it doesn't even feel like you're in like traditional Texas.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So because I think that would turn everything around too. I think if like Texas legalizes it, then all these other states in the South probably will follow. Maybe Florida, one of those two states.
Yeah, Florida or Texas. That's yeah. But I think they're playing it smart though as well too. You know, I feel like Illinois jumped on it, and I mean, I hope it, you know, brings in the constructiveness that Illinois would need with all that money that's going to be coming in. But I mean, they have like 7 taxes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are just going back to the dude.
No, so, like New York too. The saying they're not till like September of 2022 will have all the infrastructure in place to carry out the laws too. So it's just what are those dealers going to do then? They can definitely find a way to get into the space too, as if they're already in it.
Yeah. Now it's just us figuring out how do we get into it legitly, you know? I can't emphasize how much there are so many more ways to get into this industry than just owning a dispensary or having acres, a farm. Like, we can't all do that. And I mean, we're already seeing it in the game who's able to. But we're so creative in so many other ways. Again, I do the massages with it, you know, like there's females that I tell, like, if you do nails, like, you know how many women would pay for like just different cannabis art on their nails, let alone other ways that you can help, like women that have cuticle problems, and you know, some CBD scrub that could be, you know, just so many different ways.
Oh, it's right. Like, so like a nail salon, a CBD nail salon, even I'm thinking too, like a cannabis lawyer, cannabis accountant.
These web designers, do you know how to make shoes? Are you into music? Like, I'm working with an artist here in Houston right now where I'm going to start playing her album in my massage sessions, just because it makes sense. Like, she talks about the things that we're talking about. It's you know, such a earthy and positively energizing album. Like, there's and the industry is so new that you can jump into it in whatever it is that you do: security, accounting, cooking.
Yeah, I think one industry too that I think there's could be a big need for in like the cannabis CD space is transportation, because currently like UPS and USPS aren't, like, they're trying to crack down on some shipments. So,
ooh, you see, I didn't even think of that one. That's true.
Yeah, like because I know, like, I've been talking with business owners myself. Like, they were complaining, like, one issue they have is like they gotta drive to they have a radius where they can drive their product to, but like they can expand their business much faster if they had like a courier transportation.
Look at that.
There would be a lot of capital involved too to get all the vehicles and everything, and you have to hire drivers, but that would be a painkiller.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard in the beginning for everything, right? But even if you had to get this capital for trucks and all that, you already know that that's an investment. There's just, it's the creativeness of how, like we can just charge more now for things, how creative are you gonna be in whichever way you do it? Trucking, even caretakers, like I can't think of a way with that one right now, but there could be something, educational wise, that's a huge one. The next step, for sure, is to provide continuing education courses for other massage therapists, right? So that way we can communicate this with our clients. Because like I mentioned in the beginning, it was one of my clients that like introduced the medical part to me. And ever since then, I dove into it and I became certified in the cannabis plant, the physiology and health of it. So I can be able to explain this to certain clients, whether they have arthritis or MS. But the lack of education and the need to be educated could be done so creatively.
Oh, definitely. Because like growing up in schools, like they teach us saying like how bad it is for you. But it was like all like subjective, and then I mean, truthfully, at one point I believed all that, and then I did the research myself, tried it, and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. I was like, oh damn, they fooled me. But
right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were ignorant.
Oh yeah, it would. Even too, like I bet there are gonna be doctors now too. Maybe who'll just specialize in prescribing cannabis related medicine too.
Yeah.
That's another niche right there.
Yeah. I'm working with a pharmacist out here in Missouri City at a CBD apothecary. I'm sorry, Mo City apothecary. And we ended up clicking and working together instantly because it just made sense. Like, he understands medications and the fact of us needing to be educated. So he's there just to help you understand, like, if you are trying to get into cannabis, what medications and how that would affect it, how to or how not to combine them. And if you are looking like to get into, a more holistic regimen, like these are he has herbs there, he has all type of rubbing salts, and it's these little collaborations like he and I that I'm excited for us, because again, it's that education part that we need. And then it's always hard to like just get it from me. Like I've had clients that'd be like, oh, well, I don't know, I need to talk to my physical therapist before I see you. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, completely, please ask, but then they come back and it's like the same thing that I just finished telling them.
Oh yeah, because like there's so many different strains of the plant too. So where it's like, hey, you can get it for like muscle aches, like anxiety. So like I can imagine going into like one of these pharmacists where all they sell is like cannabis. You could say, hey, I'm feeling this, and they'll just like, oh, I have this for you. This will be it. I can definitely see that in the future too.
Yeah. Because it's an interesting plan. And I've had a lot of clients that are, oh, I've tried, the CBD oil, but it just did nothing to me. Sometimes the tincture is just not for you. Then like that's not how your body's going to consume it best, Yep. But them just not even knowing that there's other options. So I'm excited to be in the forefront and be just one of the pioneers to be able to go through all the hard stuff, because I already went through a big majority of it. I do feel much more confident and optimistic for the future. There's a lot of barriers that were broken, so that's definitely exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Oh, I know. Like we're going off all about the whole business too, but in regards to your business too, like what roles the internet been playing to get more customers and patients?
The word of mouth is starting to kick in now for sure. So I'm really letting that flow that way. Um, I guess I'm just really focused on now just sharing education. Um, I don't believe I was doing that like, like socially wise on the platforms and how I communicate with everyone. So I'm definitely trying to show, like physically show what I actually do and give more information. I'm working, of course, on the Facebook ads that does give me access to other people that I wouldn't necessarily have access to. Um, and then I'm networking with little gyms and or privately owned gyms, I should say. That definitely helps as well too.
Oh, gyms, that's a good market right there too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They've definitely again me focusing on clients that are really focused on their wellness regimen, and yeah, the gym was definitely one good avenue for that. But I'd be kind of all over the place because I have a limited, time, just like physically and wise, like I'm 35 now, I've been practicing for quite a while. um that I really want to just train other therapists that have their clients and need, a niche.
so that's your goal is to you want to make a training program for other therapists?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Think like an Uber. I want to be able to have like an app where, a client can download and request a massage therapist that's trained by me.
So you're to form like a course so you can get the certification and everything too.
Yeah.
All virtual?
I could do virtual. We do, per our licenses, we do require at least 12 hours of hands-on. Um, and I'm definitely more of an in-person thing, but we are doing everything virtually. So we're gonna start there.
Yeah, because I think even like if you look at telemedicine, a lot of like those
Yeah.
some of those practices like took off because they were able to get some more patients or whatever from like outside of their local area. It was like, hey, you don't have to go drive to see me, fly to see me. You can do this all on
Yeah.
Zoom, like we're doing right now.
Yeah. That does work like that. And then again, I mean, I want Leafly therapy to be global. So we have to do it online as well.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So how like what so like down like let's say like a year from now, so you want where do you want like Leafly therapy to be?
From a year from now, I am still building my clientele. I have to take a lot of I'm taking in a lot of content. I'm talking with like, how do I say? I need the people to see kind of, I guess, what I'm doing. That content pretty much is just
Oh yeah.
content. Yeah. While because I need to be able to build a clientele for my therapists.
Oh,
You
of
know,
course.
yeah. So while I'm working on like, the branding and my labeling and, just trying to update my packaging a little bit and, in this next year. But in about 2-3 years, I definitely want to have the classes going already. Um, yeah, that's definitely the next step in the near future. Hopefully sooner, but
No,
definitely in the next 2-3 years.
yeah, it does take time, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get there too. So like even in the group as well too, like who else in the CBD space are you looking to meet?
Ooh. Um. Gosh, I don't know if this sounds like too cocky or something, but I'm so focused on and leafly therapy, you know, like I don't want to like Be Real, for example,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to meet him right now and not have products or like my labels like not. So I'm really, really perfecting leafly therapy right now in hopes that I am found um, by some very powerful people.
I see.
um, but I'm always open though to meeting anyone. Like I have so much to share. So I haven't found to anyone though. I've I've been rejected a lot as well too. So that kind of feeling of, oh, I want to meet this person, or that kind of faded already as well. Um, so I am whichever, whoever, I'm just trying to give. That's all.
I got you. So yeah, which one of your, if you were to tell somebody to try one of your products, which one would you recommend?
Which product would my body butter, my Epsom saw, those are the two best. Like my body butter just melts in your hand. It smells awesome. It smells awesome. And if you have a light to like medium headache, it literally will take it away. I don't know if it's the products or just the power of you touching and the power of touch. And then the Epsom salt, like, need I explain more? Magnesium sulfates and my body butter products. Amazingly relaxing. Yeah.
Epsom salt. That's an interesting one too, to have CBD infused with that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I infused everything in the body butter, and then I melt it on and put it in the magnesium sulfate. So when you dump it in your either a foot soak or a whole bath, it just penetrates in there. I mean, the water should be warm if you're taking a warm bath. The water should be warm. It opens up your pores, and it, just like the magnesium, it helps with the detoxifying and the inflammation part. If you are like have a sprained ankle or have some lower back problems, it does help. Now, if you have a herniated disc or something of more severe, trauma or pain, it's definitely going to need something more different, but this definitely helps, especially the starter, the signature one at 42 milligrams. I have it at. Yeah, it's definitely noticeable.
I that's just got me thinking too, because you're talking about how like, oh, it opens up the skin pores and that's the CBD in there. So like I bet there's probably products out there, but what about with like shampoos, body washes, deodorants, and other hygienics? Like that could be another market right there too.
Oh, we are gonna Leafly Therapy is gonna have a line of everything. Toothpaste is a big one that actually my son gave me the idea on. He was brushing his teeth one day and he scrubbed it too much, and he had some swelling in his gums or whatnot. And he was like, "Ooh, you should make some toothpaste." But I'm like, "Damn, that's true." Some mouthwash with it, with those that have the gingivitis. But we're talking about aftershave. I have Sensual Serum. I made that for a client, and an elder client one time, because she was having some pH balance difficulties with whatever products that she was using. And that has been going on its own. I partnered with another cannabis entrepreneur out in Dallas, Shamiko Nolan, and we've been giving out trials, and we're on our little data collecting phase right now, and the men response on this, amazing, just amazing. To bath bombs, it's everything, and it really, if I can make it all naturally and it's for your body, like we're definitely getting aligned in it.
Oh yeah, like now I think now it's like all these products are gonna be CBD. It's like it's not CBD, not buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially hygienics and all that. Oh yeah, shaving creams too. Like, oh, aftershave, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And I got it, again, these have been popping up because it's like, oh, dang, that's true. Again, I'm really focused on those that are really focused on their wellness and that are more on the chronically ill. And, I've had a lot of clients that have psoriasis in their skull.
Yep.
That has helped them tremendously. The shampoo, I make a Black African soap, CBD infused shampoo. Liquid soap. It's actually a liquid soap. That's been awesome for that. I have an aftershave that I had made for one of my male friends, that when he gets his hair cut, he always gets like a lot of bumps in the back. That's helped him as well too. So yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like because it's like these are like you can't get products like that at a store either. Yep. When it's home, like as you scale up though, how you gonna what's your plans too as you get more demand?
That's a good question. I am really looking into figuring out how I can help the most. That's just in me. Like anything I've done, how is it gonna help? And so there's gonna be a lot of that's one avenue that I'm looking at. Also my single moms that are just, out here trying to hustle but know how to work a social media account. And so I'm trying to be creative. I'm really trying to be creative and expand it to ways where I could really pay some people to do some good work.
Of course. So yeah, I think we covered a lot already. It was great to have you. So yeah, this is going to be uploaded to Facebook tonight, and then sometime this week I'm going to have it all on the article as well. So I thank you again for your time. I really appreciate this, and we'll definitely we'll be on the lookout for all those brands and any other people we could connect you with CBD.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You can find all my information. You can book appointments and buy products, and definitely catch any of my blogs and more information off my website at leaflytherapycbd.com.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good night.
I thank you. Peace, y'all.